What's up, everybody? It's your boy Coach Rhodes from Coach Bird.
What's up, guys?
Hey, welcome to episode 28 of Unscripted Coaches. Coming to you live today from a new location.
Trophy case room.
Trophy case.
Just to show you all these trophies they got out here at North Dupin over the years.
A lot. None better than the one that Coach Bird put in there. What year, Coach?
I didn't put it in there, but I was out there running around.
What year was it?
89, man. I forgot all about that.
1989.
Got a couple runner-ups in there. A couple
1989.
softball state championships.
1989 basketball state champion, Coach Bird.
Hey.
You need to bring your ring one time. You know what? You got your ring?
Yeah, man, I got it.
You need to bring it, man. Show it off, man.
I saw it had the NBA draft. Duke had 3 of the top 10. They ought to win the national championship. Got 3 of the top 10.
Hey.
All 5 starters got drafted the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, let's talk about it, man.
Carolina had one drafted. I ain't never heard of him. Powell. I think he was first round. He might have been a guard or something. I ain't think Carolina had nobody out there.
Well, how about one of my buddies text me or called me or something? I don't even remember. I think it was a text. Said, you know, how in the world does Carolina keep Hubert Davis there? He can't even. He's got this kid. He said, I didn't even, like you said, he's a Carolina fan. He said barely touched the ball.
I don't even know who. I ain't never heard. I ain't heard of the kid. I ain't heard of the kid. Hey, I saw some Powell. I think it was a Powell.
I think it's from
Calypso.
No, what's the name of that school? Northwood, maybe. He was a freshman, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. But he was drafted at 22, so he getting paid.
A lot of money.
I saw a couple of them guys got drafted, and they were kind of mad with who they got drafted by. What the hell, you're going to get a 3-year deal worth probably, what, $25-30 million? Who do you care to get drafted with?
Well, I don't know. I feel like you keep picking on damn travel sports and stuff.
Yeah.
New age athletes. Why does that matter? You know? Cost Shador. Right?
Yeah.
It cost Shador
in
football. And now you got these guys whining and stuff.
And Shador can't stay out of trouble, can he? He's getting to get a ticket. He's always, I don't know. He might be a flop. I don't know. I don't know. I saw his brother was ragging on him the other day on some post about him.
Can he really be a flop? Getting drafted as low as he did?
I don't know. Well, he should be because he's been the #1 pick. Everybody thought he was, but
I don't know, man.
Hey, you know, last week we were talking about how hot it was. I did some research. Not really.
I'm scared.
But I remember us boys playing in the Little League All-Stars at Seymour Johnson, right? And it just happened to be the scoreboard had a thermometer on top of it. It was 103 degrees. I don't know why I remember that. It was 103 degrees that weekend we played. So that's pretty hot as hell. I can tell you right there. So it was 103 degrees. I know it was Mike Rouse and all of us, and Ken and Michael Joyner and Doug Thornton, but it was 103 degrees. So it was hot back then. We were still out there playing the All-Star tournament.
Got after it, didn't you?
I just thought I'd bring that up, but it was hot. That's why we were tough.
It is hot.
That's why we were tough.
They don't cancel games for temperature, man.
No. You know, I thought about some other games. We talked about you did the wiffle ball. You played in wiffle ball on y'all's field? It was nice.
It's cool.
Oh, I need to go by there and check y'all 2 out playing. Y'all playing one-on-one like we used to?
Hey, one-on-one.
Y'all can invite me in there. I come out
kickball.
there. Can do it all.
Come on, man.
We used to play a game. We had to go around town and find leaf pipes, right? Leaf pipes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it'd be 2 of us. We called it Herschel Walker. That's what we call it. So we 2 of us be on our knees, and we always liked Chuck King. It was Mike Rouse, like Chuck King, because he was real little, and you had to go dive over the top of us.
Mm-hmm.
And we could flip you and stuff like that. You probably never heard that game before. It was called Herschel Walker.
No.
You dive over the top. I mean, we couldn't do it these days, but they were kind of little. We just flip them on up.
I think I could flip you, Bird.
But the flipping probably wouldn't be hard. It's the landing would hurt a little bit now because I got a little more weight, and I was about.
Well, speaking of that,
I was about 67 pounds.
We're down at the beach for about, I don't know, 4 days, 5 days, something like that. And Jackson, he wants to be out there in that water. Man, one of them days, it was rough. Them waves beat the crap out of me. I feel like I played a football game.
I enjoy going to the beach, man.
Good time.
I do a lot of body surfing because I don't even
You're
need
a body
that.
surfer.
I
don't like the body surfing.
Yeah.
Hey, boogie boarding was fun this weekend. It was nice. Some good waves, man.
That's good, man. I've had a good time. It was hot too, wasn't it, boy?
It was definitely warm out there. The beach was nice, though. It had a nice breeze. Stayed steady. Cool water, too.
Yeah. Cool water. You know what I like to do at the beach? I know y'all probably going to say, look at the people. I wasn't going to say that. But I like to be sitting out there and see people come from the road and walk down to the beach, and it's about 110 degrees, about 270 degrees on that sand. You ever watch them, boy? They come to bed, boy. They be.
Well, hey, listen, I'll tell you.
That's some hot sand, ain't it, boy?
Well, one day, I can't remember which day it was, we had some trash and stuff, and so I walked from like where we had our little stuff set up on the beach up to the trash can by the beach access. Well, I didn't put my flip-flops on.
You walking fast, won't you?
Well, going up there, I was like, oh man, it's kind of warm. Standing up there putting the trash in, well, my feet got hot.
Boy,
and then when I come back, man, it was like, I was scared the bottom of my feet was going to be burnt.
That's some hot sand, so it's amazing it gets that kind of. A lot of
crazy.
people down there, a lot of traffic.
Well, when we were there, no. But, you know, Saturday is like the changeover day.
Yeah.
So Saturday morning, you got people leaving, everybody comes in, gets their place cleaned up, and then the next group of rentals come in. Saturday afternoon, man, we had to come off the island one time about between 4 and 5 o'clock. Let me tell you something. It was nuts.
Jam-packed.
Yeah, Coach Pop worried about that microphone, man.
What's doing, Coach Park? Coach Park, I saw Coach Park had another video out this week.
Yeah, it was good.
He was in, I ain't know, he was in Wilmington. It was called Wilmington to Chantilly. I ain't never heard, well, I don't know where Chantilly's at. Chantilly, got to be somewhere around Virginia. Right, Coach Park? I think he had a good little,
Look, man.
I think he had a good little turnout up there.
Pop, you freaking me out with that camera, man.
Guess what? His number one card he bought was a Cub player. A Cub player.
Come on, man.
A Cub player. So what's up in the world of sports today?
Well, let's since we're talking about the draft a little bit, I don't know. I don't really follow the NBA a whole lot. I did watch some of the draft. Obviously, Cooper Flagg went number 1 overall. Everybody knew that. You talked about Duke. All 5 starters got drafted. Okay. Let's talk about the Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets. Coach, some people saying they had the best draft grade. So we'll go through it, man.
Where they do it?
Hey,
They're due.
fourth overall pick.
Where's he from? Rutgers?
No, Con.
Con.
Knipple.
Oh, Knipple, yeah.
Okay, 6'7", 217, 91% free throw shooter, 40% from the 3. Okay, and 48% field goal, averaging 15
I hope
points
he
a
does
game.
good because I want Charlotte to do good. Yeah,
Hey.
you bringing up that, you know who stole the show with Knipple was drafted today? You probably didn't know this.
His mom.
His mama.
Yeah.
That's kind of embarrassing. More.
If Bird brings it up, you know it's a woman.
They showed the picture and they friend up. But you know, she was like an All-American or somewhere where she was at.
Yeah, she set a scoring record.
Yeah.
She set a scoring record. But that's their number 4 pick. Then they traded and got the rights to the 29th pick. Liam McNeely, he was UConn. He was on that prep school team with Cooper Flagg out of Florida.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's 6'7", 210 pounds. I'm gonna keep calling out these numbers here. 86% free throw, 31% from 3, 37 field goal. And him and Con, they're both like tough and physical, high IQ players. They say that them two will play really well off of LaMelo and I think his name is Brandon Miller with the Hornets. That's pretty good, man.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is
the Hornets do good.
What I'm saying is, before I call out two, they're both 6'7".
Yeah.
200 plus pounds.
Don't know little people play the game no more, dog.
I don't want to be the dream killer, but there ain't been so many small people in the NBA.
Yeah,
what's his name? Muggsy
Bogues,
and then
Spud Webb.
After that, who you got?
Yeah, they ain't many.
Ain't many of them.
So these boys is 6 foot, 5'10", 5'11".
Then they had 33rd. Then they had a 33rd overall pick. Son James, the thick guard from Duke.
Yeah.
And he's not he's an alright scorer, but he's a elite defensive player. They compared him to the guard from the Thunder. What's his name? Dort. Apparently he's real good on ball guard and plays tough defense.
I might go watch him play. I went and watched him play. You talking about the Melo boy? He's still there at Charlotte.
Yeah.
I know one of his brothers got traded the other day. He's been traded about 12 times. Still picking up $20-30 million.
Let's
man.
just be honest, man. That crew, they
still picking up.
Their dad did a lot of hype and publicity, and about one of them in the league that's playing good. Melo, he's about the best one.
I saw you talking about some money being thrown around. I don't even know who it was for the OKC. I thought they got one that's real, a couple that are real good, and they signed their big man the other day for like 5 years, $250 million.
That's nuts.
$250 million.
Well, big man Charlotte, they drafted they had number 34 overall pick, 7'1", 270 pounds.
So
7'1", 270
I
pounds.
told you, boy, I bet you the average height in the
Dude.
NBA probably is 6'8" or better. That's why
Yeah.
I always think they ought to raise the gold up a little bit, man, because ain't nothing. I mean, yeah, it ain't nothing.
Reach up there and dunk it. But the other thing I want to talk about is the revenue share. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and preface this. I don't know a ton about it. I'm trying to do a little research on it because I don't really understand it. But what I do know is, after these years of the NIL being absolute crazy and just nuts, okay, you basically name, image, likeness. You're supposed to get paid, okay, if you're capitalizing off of that. A company's using your name, image, or likeness to promote a company. Instead, it became pay for play. That's what it was, and everybody knows it. These kids are getting all this money, and they won't do anything to really earn it other than be a football player or a basketball player or a baseball player. Well, finally, the NCAA and all, there was a house settlement, and there's some switching up. It's going to be this revenue sharing. And, again, I don't understand a ton of that, but I want to talk about some key points. On top of, Coach, let's go back to the NIL for a second. Okay, part of this deal is they've got another party now. It's like the College Sports Commission. They're going to regulate it. Okay.
Yeah.
And basically, if you want an NIL deal, it has to be sent to them. They have to evaluate it and say yes, this is okay, or no, it's not. And the company has reported that in the past, 70% of the payments from NIL or booster club collectives, okay, 70% of those payments would have been denied under this new model.
So you better be glad he got some money, ain't he?
Yeah, all these people have been making
some of
this
them gonna
money.
be cut off a little bit.
Yeah, it's fixed to be cut off some, and it should be.
It's got to, or they going to be broke.
Yep. And then it said 90% of the payments from public companies would have been approved. So, like, you know, we joke a lot about Livy Dunn and all, and it, you know, but all of her deals were true, like, sponsors or endorsement deals, right?
Yeah.
She's on these companies, she's promoting these products. Obviously, it started with her social media, and now you see her all over, like, actual TV
So
commercials.
she
and
probably
stuff.
ain't getting money for the sports stuff.
She's actually capitalizing on her name, image, and likeness.
Yeah.
That's what she was capitalizing on. Now, were there other deals in there? Maybe, but that's what it was intended to be. Whereas, Joe Blow transfers from, let's say, Tulane to Duke, and he gets paid, millions of dollars. The quarterback. Well, you know what I'm talking about? I can't think of his name.
Yeah,
He just got paid just to come play quarterback. There may be a little fine detail in there where you'll show up at a press conference or something. Have
but he
some
ain't getting a
conversation.
commercial.
But it ain't like that. They won't capitalize it. They paid him to come to Duke to play quarterback. Which is crazy. The other thing that I found, man, this is nuts right here. I want to talk about this. In sports, we can talk about the individual sports. So this revenue sharing is basically there's a $20.5 million cap that they can spend, and it's a percentage base. And in this research that I found here, Bert, it says that in the Power 4 leagues, okay, this is the breakdown. Football accounts for 75% of an athletic department's revenue. 75%. Each team averages $15.3 million a year. $15.3 million a year.
Just off football.
Just off football.
And a lot of these people kind of won't complain. It's that high school athletics don't make it unless it's football. I can tell you that. I mean, there's some in the private schools and that they're big on basketball, but majority of athletic is spent on football. That's what
those private schools, though, they don't fund all these other sports. They don't have all these other sports.
That's who funds all the sports.
If they don't have football, the number of sports they're going to have is dramatically less, than a school that has football.
And I know you hear all these people complain, what to get this and get, but they're the top dogs.
75% of the revenue.
And it's probably, I bet it's that in high school.
Men's basketball made up 16%.
That'll be the next one, yep.
16%. So you go from $15.3 million per school in football to $3.2 million in basketball per school.
So you take the football away from them places, they'll be focused some sports.
Well, the next sport, man, is hockey. 2.7% of their revenue. Okay, and then after that, 1.8 for baseball, 1.1 for women's basketball, and then every other sport is less than 1% of the revenue in the athletic department. That's insane.
Well, that's why football's
The
such
numbers
big
are crazy.
time. Football's big time college now.
And that's what
And,
really
and basketball is bigger than people think it is, because there's a lot of people watch basketball. But those two, you take those two. If a college has some issues and they didn't have those two sports, they wouldn't be playing no other sports.
No.
Wouldn't be out there. Wouldn't be no softball and none of that stuff like that.
That's right.
It just wouldn't be it.
And you're going to see it. It's going to continue to have a big impact. And what you're going to see is, things are going to continue. They've got to try to find ways to make this revenue up. Because basically what it comes down to is now the schools, it's like the revenue sharing. So you take your total number okay, of your revenue, and then I think, if I understand this correctly, 22% of that can be spent on players.
Yeah.
Okay, paying players or whatever. So take the SEC for instance, the revenue per school is like $122 million. Okay, total all programs.
Yeah.
So they get 22% of that. Is $26 million. See, they can't do all of that because it's capped at 20.5. Okay, but they get $20.5 million to decide how they distribute it throughout the sports and the different players and all of that. And then, whereas the American, where East Carolina is, their revenue, check this out, $122 million. Okay, for the SEC, the American, $13.5 million.
So they got to find another. They got to find other places to.
Yeah, but they're not going to be able to get it. Whereas SEC, all of the big conferences, the SEC, the Big Ten, the ACC, and the Big 12, they're all going to max out the cap. They're all got $20.5 million to work with in their revenue sharing and how they distribute it to players, different sports and things. All the ADs. My understanding is they get to kind of look at the picture and figure out how they can spend the money.
Well, that's why they got the best athletes.
Yeah, it's going to continue. You're going to continue to see that. And you're still going to see people leaving small conferences going just because the NIL is changing a little bit. It's just now it's more regulated, basically. You're still going to see them leave. I mean, they're still going to leave small schools, go to bigger schools because the pot of money is going to be bigger. And they'll be able to spend it all. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy shit. I mean,
that's a money. That's a money racket, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And I know I feel, and I know them kids is always them athletes are like, well, we making all this money for these schools and we ain't getting. I know that's what it all stirred.
Well, that's what it stirred.
That's what it stirred.
And
this a little bit.
And this model kind of fits and has an answer for those questions.
Yeah.
Whereas the initial model, I'm trying to figure out they just threw their dang hands up, man, and said, "Here, go do it." Why did it take so many years to work out the kinks?
They made some. I mean, that's why I think they ought to put that thing the NCAA championship. The final, I think they ought to make it like 32 teams, like that division, like North Dakota State and all them do.
Yep.
Make it like a 30. What do they do? 32 teams, 16 teams, 16 teams.
16, I think.
But they ain't gonna make that much more money.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna sell out every game anyway.
Well, and they finished. So they finished because I'm actually watching. I'm on a North Dakota State kick right now, so I'm actually going back and watching all their playoff games from last year. Their national championship game versus Montana State was the same time as the semifinals games for college football playoffs. So they were finishing even with like 16-team playoff or whatever it was.
Still,
they finished
like a month.
Yeah, they finished it before the college football playoffs were over. And I think that'd be a great idea. I mean, hey, listen, just shrink your number a regular season or however they do it. Just use their model. I mean, why not? You're still going to generate the revenue. You're probably going to get more revenue, honestly, because you're going to take off some of them fluff games, right? You're going to take off them games where, which it may hurt the smaller schools because those schools get paid to go play Bama or Georgia or whoever. But you're going to take some of those off probably to shrink your regular season. It makes good sense, though, to do the thing like that. And the NCAA basketball tournament's fixing to expand, right? Yeah. I mean, they're going to expand. Why can't football do something different?
A lot of them expand on it. The WNBA's getting 3 more teams.
Yeah.
I saw, evidently, 7-on-7 is big now in the United States. Like, I just saw when they were in Las Vegas, and it had the number 1 college football player in the country was on one of them 7-on-7 teams.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know this. Who's the quarterback for Oakland Raiders? You know who it is? I don't know. Y'all know who it is?
Quarterback for the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, this ain't like a trick question.
Well, it was Derek Carr, right?
Yeah, but they just hired this guy. They just not hired him, but he got him for I don't know how many millions. But he was a coach of this 7-on-7 team out of Florida, I think, and they were playing in there. He got in like a fight, altercation with another coach and stuff like this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they worth $40 million that they're arguing. in football. You always hear that stuff about. I know. I just talked about it another day how he got a little altercation at one of the 7-on-7 terms. I didn't realize 7-on-7 was as big as it is.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. Yep. What the hell is Geno Smith? Where was he at one time? Wouldn't you like him with the Jets or something? What with the Jets? What's Geno Smith?
Minute.
But he got in a little altercation and was talking about that's why they pay me the big bucks here to come in here. He did. He got in a little altercation at a 7-on-7 tournament. I don't even know what's Geno Smith done.
I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what he did. And I think it was what year was this, man?
Geno Smith.
I know one thing. When he was with the Jets, he got punched in the face by a teammate.
Yeah.
It was a huge story.
Well, evidently he's a hothead, man, because it showed it on, I'm a big Daily Mail fan, and that's what they were doing. They were kind of arguing. Got another question for you. I saw something else the other day. I'm going to let y'all answer this. Okay, you pick your football team, right?
Yeah.
All right. Your team, you can only pick running backs. So you got 11 running backs on your team in the NFL or whatever. And I'll take only wide receivers. Now, the only way you can score, the wide receivers have to throw it. They can't run. They have to throw a touchdown. And and this is live. And the running backs have to rush for a touchdown. Who wins? You got 11 wide receivers versus 11 running backs. Wide receivers have to throw the touchdown. Running backs have to rush for a touchdown. Full contact. Just who would win?
The wide receivers got to throw the ball.
They got to throw the ball.
No, but a wide receiver has to be the one actually throwing.
Yeah, it's 11 wide receivers. So yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a good thought process. Well, let's
what do you think?
Well,
the running backs may be a little tougher because they get pounded a little bit.
Well, the receivers are going to have a hard time tackling the running backs.
That's what I'm saying.
The receivers are going to have a hard time tackling the running backs.
But y'all better check that thing around now.
That being said, the running back's going to have a hard time
keeping up with the receivers.
Checking receivers in space.
So what would you take? What would you take, Pop? Would you take a team with wide receivers or a running backs? Who would win?
I'm gonna take the running backs, man. I'm gonna take the running backs.
I probably would
hey, here's the thing: running backs are gonna run. They're fast too now.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't like
fast, man.
They're, but I'm saying they're fast too. They may not be able to keep up with breaks and stuff, but I tell you what they'll be able to do. They'll be able to break up on the football. All of them probably played defense when they were in high school.
And just
where's the wide receivers play when they played defense in high school?
Yeah.
They playing linebacker, safety, maybe some safety,
maybe
not many. Mostly corners. Hey, running backs, them dudes play all over the field. High school running back might play D-line.
What's his name? Henry. What's his name? Yeah. Now who's gonna tackle that big rat? Going in behind.
Okay, I'm taking no.
You taking running backs?
Yes, I'm taking the running backs. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. It's not even that. All right, who's gonna block a guy that runs a sub-4, a 4.5 or better? Who's gonna block him and keep him off the quarterback while he's back there trying to pass the ball? Who's gonna block him? What receiver's gonna line up there and block?
Wide receivers might be able to score quick now.
Running backs.
All the wide receivers got to do is make a tackle here and there. So that's a good little thing I brought up there. I saw that, but I thought it was kind of neat.
Hey, listen, I'm taking the running backs.
Well, I probably would too after. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, Pop, you might know this, and I don't know. You don't play games. You got a system? You got an Xbox or something?
No, my son plays them all the time.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should get. Is that you think you could put like sub in Pac? I don't know. Could you sub in like a wide receiver to play offensive line in the games?
I don't know.
Because like on Major League Baseball now, you could put like a pitcher in to play the outfield.
Wake up over there, boy.
Hey, let's see if we can do it. If we can do that, all right. If we can do that, we'll take turns being wide receivers and running backs, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I wonder if you can do that. We have to ask some of the
kids. Did you have a
kids.
game growing up?
I played all the time. I played right. You know when I stopped playing?
I'm gonna tell you the greatest football game ever.
Hold on.
Ever.
Before that, you know when I stopped playing? When they banned NCAA football. I never bought another game, and when that system crashed, I was done. Never played again.
Back when I was little, like y'all young, there was a game called Tecmo Bowl.
Oh, no,
that was the baddest game. And then Bo Jackson came out, so you'd always want his thing. He never get tackled. Then Christian Okoye came out.
Okay. Don't know them.
And then me and Johnny Ray started playing that college game day. And, you could onside kick, and I'd get mad as hell because he knew how to do it, and I could never get it, so he beat me 75-0. So we started playing, you only get one onside kick a game. But we would do point spreads. You know what? I don't even know if there was point spreads back then. So we get a deck of cards, And whatever you pull, if he pulled a 7, he had to beat me by 7 points. I started a lot of stuff. We started the Sandlot. We started sports gambling back in the early days.
Well,
Just do a lot of things, man.
I'll tell you, the end of this podcast is going to be the day that ESPN calls Bird and says, we want to do a 30 for 30 on your sports journey.
Yeah. I can do what Stephen A. Smith does. I mean, you watch him all the time.
No, I don't watch him all the time.
I got another question.
This was a ramble session.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something. If you stay from the start of this conversation all the way to this point right now, you're a real one. And we appreciate you, don't we, Bird?
Yeah. I watched Miami have a big trade the other day.
Miami.
Fitzgerald. Who's Fitzgerald?
Oh, yeah.
They traded a couple.
So Jalen Ramsey is going to the Steelers, and Minkah Fitzpatrick is going to Miami. And there's a couple other
Who do you
pieces
think
in there.
got the best deal? Pittsburgh?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
think
do too.
Well, I think they talk about, Pittsburgh's normally like, hey, we draft our people and we kind of build them up. They've had a lot of off-season moving parts, man. And they got a lot of defensive players. I know that, didn't they park in there where Rodgers landed? Yeah.
Hey, right, that's Coach Park, buddy.
Why you got to be so quiet? Just because you ain't in the episode, man, don't mean you can't talk, man. Producers talking shows all the time.
Got a little baseball.
Hey, but I think the Steelers might be. They're pretty good, man.
Well,
they showed their defensive. They showed their defensive roster. They're gonna be real good on defense.
They had a number 1 defense.
They're gonna be real good on defense. And I know people don't like to hear this. Defense wins championships.
And football's coming, boys. So y'all better get it. Little baseball. You think Aaron Judge is gonna get the Triple Crown, guys? Anybody think he's gonna win it? I don't know. The old guy for Seattle, the catcher, hit about 40 home runs. That might be the only thing that might hurt Aaron Judge. They might pitch around him. Seattle's Dookie. They're all right. They're not real good. They're not gonna pitch around that catcher though. So that's the little thing you can watch out if you like baseball. They got the Triple Crown coming out. Aaron Judge got a good chance. Yankees ought to win. They got $722 billion roster. But you know who I'm going with. I'm gonna say them every day. Cubbies.
The Cubbies.
Cubbies.
Hey, man.
Hey.
I'll pull for the Cubs with you.
Well, 8 or 5 Cub fans
I don't have
around
a
here.
Major League Baseball team.
I mean, I'm not going to sit there I watch them play occasionally, but I'm not going to sit there and watch no Major League Baseball games. I think it's kind of boring watching a baseball game. I'm kind of be honest.
I like postseason play.
Yeah.
This is too long, man. Games are too long. I grew up watching. My dad, boy,
Well, I mean,
TBS.
Well, that's all you had to have. You had to watch
TBS. You had the Braves or
Harry Carey on WGN.
It was WGN.
Yeah, Harry Carey. I like watching Harry Carey. I like him because he sang the 7th inning every game, and he still do that tradition. But by the 7th inning, Harry Carey was drunk. He drank the Budweiser. But he was. Hey, his son does some broadcast with somebody. It might be Philadelphia.
Hey, man, keep it in the family. That'd be good. I think there's times where I think I could be a play-by-play guy.
I think I could.
I watch the game. Yeah. A
Yeah,
lot of times, I kind of amaze my father-in-law will be watching the game.
You amaze me some of the stuff you say.
I'll say something, and then like 2 seconds later, boom, here comes the broadcaster. Like, man, get on
But
your phone.
I think we do it naturally. Them people have prompts that are telling them what to say. We don't do a prompt.
I don't know how much money they make, but you're talking about different roles in sports. One thing I was kind of interested in at one point, of course, when you live in Duplin County, this isn't really an option for you. I sports information director for like colleges. They kind of feed all the info to the commentators.
You wanted to be the one tapping on the telephone.
Well, it's not just that, but it's like, hey, here's info. Like, today, who were we just talking about? Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
Like, give them a couple stats on Aaron Judge or whatever. Some keynotes and some things to kind of keep the conversation.
I bet they make good money.
They probably do.
Make good money.
Yeah, well, you got to get in the right situation.
Right situation.
They ain't gonna make money at D2 schools. D2 schools are great.
They're gonna move on up.
Like Division 1 schools, it's just like anything else. The bigger the job, the bigger the school, the more money you're gonna make.
Well, you the stat man, man. How my boys gonna do this year? Paris? They gonna be
East Carolina.
They gonna be all right.
I don't know, man.
They gonna have the season like they did last year, make that little run at the end, or
well, I think the good news is we have a legit quarterback option, and I think that is good. And I think just the pieces around him are in pretty good shape. I'm a little worried about the defense. We lost some guys to the portal off of defense. And you know me, I mean, I know I call it offense now, but I'm a defensive guy at heart. And you got to play good defense, you're going to win ball games. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the league we're in. We got some good, some high-tempo offenses. I know it's not SEC. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there's a lot of good offenses in the American.
we're gonna find out right tough what the ACC has. Don't we jump on the Wolfpack?
Wolfpack week 1, they'll be mad as fire.
Yes.
And we got to go to state. I wish these schools
It's
would come to
alright.
East Carolina more, man. I know they don't want to. I get it. It's a lose-lose situation for them. Hey, speaking of the Pirates, though, you know the quarterback that started the season and led the nation in interceptions.
Yeah.
He lost his job. He stuck around. I think he made it through spring ball, and then he hit the portal. He transferred. You won't never guess where he landed.
Okay.
Just give me 2 guesses. It's a big school. I'll give you that hint.
Ohio State.
No,
South Carolina.
Michigan.
Michigan.
Dude's going to Michigan. It's unreal, man.
They're just taking chances on people.
Bro, he went from Miami. He went from Miami to Missouri to East Carolina. Okay, to now he's going to Michigan. That's
pretty good.
I don't know what his role is there. If he'll just be a backup, I don't know what their quarterback situation is. But I do. I tell you what, I enjoy watching him play. He was like a gunslinger.
Yeah.
Just slung it to the wrong team.
One thing about the
Too many
Pirates,
times.
one thing about the Pirates and the Cubs, win or lose, they're gonna have some support, buddy.
Oh yeah,
That's
people-
what I like about it.
And people be agitated about it too. If they're not doing well, people get mad.
And that's anything.
That's what it is.
Because I mean, if you get up there this year and you don't call the right touchdown, I'm gonna holler down at you.
That's
I say,
fine.
hey, what you doing, Coach Rhodes?
That's fine.
Coach Pop, what you doing? You let him get beat out there.
I'll tell you what, Burger.
And y'all can do that in basketball. What you doing? Y'all getting beat 42-7.
You always hear these old timers talking about, hey, when I retire or whatever, then I'm gonna really say what I think. One thing I hope, even if this podcast isn't in existence at that point, the day I retire, we're gonna have an episode,
Yep.
and me and Bird, we're gonna speak freely about some stuff.
Freely. Just gonna
Freely.
get it off our chest.
We're gonna it's gonna be a lot of built up stuff.
Hey, man, my dad.
There's a lot of stuff built up. Hey, I ain't even got but about 14 years in, 13, 14 years in, and I got a lot. Bird's got,
30, baby.
30 years
30,
built up.
baby.
Which he kind of, Berg, he probably don't have as much built up as I do because he kind of lets it out. So.
Release money.
But I got a lot of built up stuff, and one day we're just going to cut it loose. It's going to be,
Big Bird said
we
we
might
ought
have
to
to put it like rated R or something, Pac. I don't know if you have to do like a PG,
we have to
37.
do
So
them
you got to be
little bleep out,
37 years old to hear this.
like them little emojis.
What Big Bird say?
He said we ought to bring like a couple of them old coaches up here one time, let them talk about how things change. He brought it up yesterday.
We got to have a nice space, man. We might have to go to Ken's
Got
Barn.
to go to Ken's Barn and get Bird and
A little
AV.
studio that never gets used. Okay, maybe I can donate my chairs.
We're
to
going
them.
to get big time.
But it's small though. We wouldn't be able to get all those people in there. We need to get them in there, man. Bird, Avent.
I mean, there's a lot of people around here. Coach Albrecht. I mean, there's a lot of
Britt.
people. That's coached back in the days.
That's a lot, man. All right, anything else?
That's
Pop,
it.
how long is this video, man? I feel like it's about 40 minutes.
32.
32 minutes.
Thank you for speaking, Pop. Dude did a whole episode.
He's everybody there
the other day,
asleep
and
all
now
the
he's
stuff.
like,
I mean, he's just making that money, counting that money on them cards. He got him. AJ, who'd you say? Did you get that guy you were looking?
Petey Crow.
Huh?
Petey Crow.
You got him. What about the football guy that's worth?
J.J.
Did you get J.J. McCarthy?
Oh, no.
If that dude's a flop, and these people pay 40 grand for these cards, that got to hurt, man. That would hurt me. All right, hey, episode 28. Peace.